steam, it's time to break one for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steal. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, and a pleasant good morning to you, coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Thursday, April 9th. It's Masters Day. We're underway at Augusta here with the first group just getting going here right now. It's going to be a great weekend of golf, major event here certainly this weekend, but we've got UFC also this weekend. We've got today's card here with action in the major leagues, 3-day games today. Also action in NBA. We've got 4 games to look at of the 6. We're going to look at all the NHL games. It's all about hockey. If you like hockey betting, we're here for you today. So also, we did have last night the recording of BB MMA picks. So if you're ready to go here this weekend for the fight card with light heavyweights for the vacant light heavyweight championship with Yuri Prochazka up against Carlos Ulberg. You've got Prochazka, the former champ, won 2 straight, including a knockout win over Roundtree at UFC 320. He rallied from behind, remember, in that one. He's a number 2 contender in the light heavyweight division. He's up against a number 3 contender in Carlos Ulberg, who's won 9 straight fights as here in the UFC right now, and he gets his chance here for the light heavyweight championship. So we previewed the fights with Wiz here this Wednesday, so check it out over at the live tab here on YouTube with VB MMA picks. We also previewed Gamrot versus Ribovics, and also a fight between undefeated UFC lightweights. They're undefeated in the UFC. They had some losses, but check it out over there at underneath the live tab here for this weekend's card. Okay. All right, let me take a look here right now. Thanks to everybody coming in. We're starting to get a few people rolling in here. Look, the Masters are just underway here, so obviously we could still get in and get down on pretty much the same odds. A couple guys here got some birdies early, including of all people here. Could be one of the greatest stories here with Jose Maria Olazabal. Of course, he loves this course, so he's out here rolling a couple birdies early on. Why not for the veteran? And also Angel Cabrera, guy who's kind of overcome some personal difficulties. He's out here on the course right now. Nico Echeverria also on the course. Max Grazerman has a birdie out here, and Harrington as well, but Jose Maria has got 2 birdies leading right now, but we're just underway. Vijay Singh is on the course here. Some total Masters action going on. Let me show you my plays here, if I can, for the Masters. If you can still get on the plays, let me show you it's easy to say for me right here who I've got. And look, it's easy to say, just take Scotty Scheffler, right? I mean, who couldn't pick Scotty Scheffler out of this field, right? Just a total square play. But for anyone who follows, my golf picks, this will be the first time I've chosen Scotty all year. Now, I know we haven't had a whole lot of tournaments. He hasn't been out there for all the tournaments, but he's certainly been out there for several. And why am I ever going to take Scotty at plus 225, plus 250, plus 275, or even plus 300 when I can get him at plus 600 to win a tournament? Now, granted, his odds may be inflated here to 6-1 because you've got obviously John Rahm, a former winner who does not play on the PGA Tour but plays on the Live Tour, and also Bryson DeChambeau with his 3D printed driver, if that works. But also, Bryson could be having some troubles off the course that might keep him distracted here this weekend. Now, I do have some other plays here, but I have Scotty to win. Let's just cut it like it is. Very easy here this week. I know I have 7 golfers. Let's play them all. I'm playing one guy to win the tournament. That's what you do when you're playing a favorite like this, and I'm going to take Scotty Scheffler, of course, to win the tournament here at 6-1. But other than that, I've got to play here Robert McIntyre, top 5 finish at 4-1. That's my other kind of top shot play, if you will. Also, Rory, top 10 at minus $1.10 now. I think he probably took some chalk. Xander Schauffele here, top 10 finish at plus 115. Siwoo Kim, top 20 finish at plus 130. Russell Henley, a top 20 finish at minus $1.15. Akshay Bhatia, a top 30 finish at minus $1.40. Jacob Bridgman, who hasn't finished anywhere out of the top 20 in any event that he's played this year. I'll take him as a top 30 at plus 115, and I'll take Harris English for a top 30 at even money. So that's how I'm looking at playing the Masters. Of course, you might take some of my plays, if you're looking to follow me anyway, and use them in some other markets here. You can play some international markets with this group, obviously. You can, play their group matchups or even use them in head-to-heads. But these are my favorite golfers this week, mostly based on the value price. And again, that's how I feel with Scotty, a guy who usually is, no better than 2.5-1, 3-1 to win the tournament. Yes, the field is tougher here, but also, the Masters, it's a lot about you versus the course. Scotty knows the course. He can stay the course here, and I've got him to win at the Masters. All right. Hope that's a good preview of the tournament here this week. And I'll get your comments if you want to play along with me here. You can get those picks or even see that graphic right there if you lost track of it. That's part of my free picks, actually, not behind the paywall. Here you can just go to winnable.com/Ramon and subscribe to my free picks over there and see those plays here in case you missed it. And just subscribe over there at winnable.com/Ramon. There's the address, and you can get those that graphic, those plays, my plays here, fancy graphic, but the plays there over at winnable.com/Ramon. You can also subscribe by using the promo code STEAM here at checkout and save 20%. You can subscribe to my picks for 1 month here for $19.95. Use the promo code STEAM, and then you'll get 20% off. Comes out to about 41 cents a day, and that's how you support me here on the channel when you subscribe over at winnable.com. You get more picks from me every day, not all about the major sports. A lot of times my other sports are a part of this package here with college baseball, tennis, golf, sports from overseas as well, my soccer packages here. So get more picks over there at winnable.com, okay? All right, who's here this morning? We got Cash Kane in here. We've got Robert McCormick ready to go. Not the real Bobby Mack, or he is the real Bobby Mack. And Andrew K. ready to win the Masters here. Good morning to Nuke. JP Farley as well here. And Nuke and the guys talking a little soccer action here today as we're definitely have some Europa League going on, some Conference League as well. And Andrew K. liking Robert McIntyre here, top lefty, another category that you could use him on. I think the one thing I like, always favor the lefties a little bit here uh, uh, at Augusta, whether they have a draw or not. Whether they have a draw or not, if you know, you know. Okay, Duke says, hey, everyone, like this video, subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube. Fastest growing sports betting channel on YouTube. Terrell's got found money to put on some, mentions here. Penn Gaming has to be the worst stock I have ever gotten in my life. I've only lost on it 48% since I got it years ago. I thought, man, this betting was just coming out, and I said, man, I'm gonna go buy some stock in one of these betting companies. And Penn was getting into bed with ESPN. I'm like, I'm gonna go for that, and only cost me, not that, just a dime or two, but all right. Let's see here. Let's just recap here a little bit. Maybe we'll let a few more people come in here and get ready for the action. We did have some winners yesterday here on the morning Steam show with our major league selections here. It's only a short card today, man. Only 6 games today with 3 day games on the major league card. So did have some winners yesterday on the morning Steam show anyway. A few anyway. How about the Cardinals? We had the Cardinals yesterday and their win over the Washington Nationals. Cardinals were able to get it done. Let's see if I got the notes here. Cardinals were able to get it done yesterday with the win there over the Washington Nationals 6-1. As we had the Cardinals there in that one. And we had the Cleveland Guardians over the Kansas City Royals for a winner here on the show yesterday. We had Cleveland was able to knock off Kansas City 10-2 in that one. Also, we had a morning Steam winner with the Mariners and the Rangers game to go under yesterday. That was our morning Steam winner as well. Also had a morning Steam winner here, Brewers and Red Sox game to go under as the Red Sox shut out the Brewers yesterday 5-0. Also morning Steam winner here with the Colorado Rockies. They rocked, didn't they, yesterday over Houston, swept the series. What a weekend for the Rockies. Eduardo Julian, 2 RBI, Hunter Goodman, home run again for the Rockies. All right, we also had some winners here in the NBA yesterday with our morning Steam picks, including the over here yesterday with Minnesota and Orlando, as Orlando crushed Minnesota. There was a runaway. Man, that spread went up to 12 overnight. But Magic won by 12. Some people ended up getting a push in that game, believe it or not. Also, we had a morning Steam winner here yesterday with the Thunder and the Clippers game to go over there yesterday at 2:38. So did have a winner there as well. NHL morning Steam winner with the Washington Capitals yesterday, getting the money on the road against the Maple Leafs. All right, and also we had premium winners there over at winnable.com with the Twins on the run line over the Tigers. We did go 1-1-1 with our major league plays yesterday. Couldn't cash with our college baseball, but won our Champions League play there with PSG -0.5 over Liverpool yesterday. And we also had a winner in WTA tennis with Ostapenko over Alex Iala. So far today, over there with the tennis action. Uh, we got one play coming up in the premiums. If you're over there, coming up, one of our matches coming up here as a premium pick. Okay, I think I'm ready to go. I think we got enough people in here. I'm ready to start the previews. But Greg Gibson's here. He's ready to go. He said, "Did you see Detroit scored 137 points?" He said it would be 134 to 110. Wait a minute. I said it would be 140 to 115. Who was closer? You were. Greg won. Okay. They covered the 20 points. Could you believe it? Cleveland got there against Atlanta as well. Stop Geo stopping in. Okay, let's get going. We can make it a quick show. We got, of course, bases loaded in here today, going at noon Eastern and 9 a.m. Pacific, as Mikey Money and Sharky Waters will be here to preview the baseball action today as well. Final just in here in tennis, and Yannick Sinner wins over Mahach, although it wasn't easy. Went 3 sets as Mahach was able to get the second set there in that one. And right now, Bublik over Lechka here. Second set, Bublik taking down Lechka here. I know Mikey had sent out Bublik out there, and still to come, Alcaraz and Etcheberry here. I want to try to take Etcheberry in that one, plus the game spread, actually. Maybe I can do that here right now as we get rolling here, but I want to get rolling with the show, so no time for punching in the bets here real quick, but maybe I will look at this. Alcaraz, Etcheberry plus 6 games. I'll just go a little small play here on Etcheberry plus 6 games at even money. It'll probably be 6-3, 6-3 in that match, but I'll try it here. Okay, let's get rolling on the show here right now, as I think everybody's kind of rolling in here, and we're ready to go. And Terrell says, "Man, can you get that? Don't worry, Terrell. The war with the ceasefire, gas prices are going to go down here. What a great victory for the United States, man! They really showed the Iran how to run a war, didn't they? Boy, great victory there, man! Really smashed those guys over there. Those Iranians, man. Not much. Where were their weapons? Did they even have any weapons? Where are the nukes? Where are the nukes?" All right, let's get started here right now. Let's go to the major leagues. We got 3 games in action here. We're going to start it off with the Reds taking on the Marlins here in this one. You've got for the Reds here, Rhett Lauder on the mound. The Reds were hot, but they did cool down by losing there to Miami yesterday, 4-2. But they had won 2 of the 3 here in the series. But Miami with a chance here today. They got Max Meyer on the mound here for Max Meyer. 4.65 ERA, no record so far. Lauder 1.63 ERA, 1-0 record for the young Red starter here. And Reds obviously playing terrific here. Marlins are off to a good start too. Remember, they had kind of an easy schedule, but they're 7-5. The Reds are 8-4. You got 2 good teams here, 2 teams that are winning. At least that's all you can do. Play who you got and win the games. Reds have won 5 of their last 6 overall. They're 5-1 on the road coming in right now. Miami 6-3 at home. However, they've done a pretty nice job. Like I said, with some wins here so far this season. I think Cincinnati, from a pure dog play, might be the side, but I think Meyer's the more established pitcher here right now. Cincinnati does have a strong bullpen, 2.44 ERA. Meyer here has been touched up a little bit by this Reds lineup. De La Cruz, Stevenson, and Friedel have had a little bit of success against him. Miami's recent games have been a little bit high variance, but they're just 2-4 in their last 6 games overall. This one does kind of profile as a scoring game. I think Miami's gone over in 8 of their last 9. The Reds have had some road overs as well. Miami could have some vulnerability if Meyer doesn't pitch well, but I think Miami's bullpen usage, they haven't been great so far, so that could get it to go over since Miami's also gone over in 5 of their last 6 games overall. Cincinnati is 2-3-1 on the road to the under, but Miami uh, uh, big time over here of late. So let's see what you guys have in the chat with this one with Cincinnati and Miami here today, getting things started at 12 Eastern and 9 Pacific time. Okay, here we go. We've got nothing from the crew. Okay. Oh, Bobby's back here. Bobby, help me out. He's got the Reds on the money line. Farley here is on the over in this one. Kind of want to go over. I know the Sharps are going to go with the under here, but Reds, he doesn't care if it's Red Louder, Ed Louder, or Chase DeLauder here. He's taking the Reds in this one right now. Thinks they've got that momentum going here. Despite the loss. I mean, the Reds obviously been clicking for the most part here. The Sharps are all over the Reds. I'll tell you that right now. I don't know. I thought Max Meyer was kind of the more established pitcher here, but I think Terrell's talking about the bats maybe. Greg here says 5-4 Miami. Kane says Marlins first 5 money line. Jordy, Reds on the money line here. All right, I better just take the over here in this one. I'm going over with Cincinnati and Miami. All right, next up, more daytime action here. The Athletics are going to take on the Yankees. The A's are 4-7, but they won yesterday. Picked up a run in the top of the 9th inning in a good game. They were down there. They gave the Yankees a battle there and got the win yesterday. And now you've got Springs here going for the A's, 2.32 ERA, 1-0 record. Weathers, 4.5 ERA, no record so far. But so far in the series here this week, you got the A's won yesterday by the score of 3-2. Game 1 was the Yankees by a 5-3 count. For the Yankees here, they come in having won 8 of their 11 games here so far. For the A's, they're 4-7, 3-6 as an underdog so far this season. The A's are just 4-13 in their last 17 games at the Yankees overall. Yankees have gone over in 4 of their last 6 games so far. The A's are 1-6-1 to the under on the road. The Yankees are 3-5-2 to the under as a favorite so far this season. So I don't know. You got Springs in here. He's been around a little bit, pitching here against Weathers. I know a lot of people aren't too big on Weathers here, but the Yankees certainly have him in the rotation so far. I mean, you're kind of, I don't know. We lost yesterday with the Yankees run line. Maybe we just go back to the Athletics today. Yankees are still dominant. There are some bats here that have struggled for the Yankees against Springs a little bit, but the A's bullpen, 5.01 so far, 1.71 whip, but they played well yesterday. The A's have gone under, as we said, quite a bit on the road. I think with Weathers in there, we could hold them in check a little bit. I think this one could be a game that, could be a 4-3 game here today. Maybe the A's can hang in here a little bit with these guys right now, unless Oakland's bullpen, it does struggle. It could happen that way, but I'm going to take the under, I think, in this one with the Yankees and the A's. Give me the under here at 8 runs. Under 15, 8 under minus 115. Cash Kane says take the A's plus 1.5, and Farley is going over in this one. Man, I've had too many shows this week, I think. Okay, under for Robert as well here. Also, Greg, 4-3 Yankees. We just said, 4-3. That seems like a logical. That would obviously the A's would cover that run line there a little bit though. for sure. Although it's just right about there, minus 110 or so. So I guess 4-3 would be the expected result here. Okay, let's keep it moving. I'm going to try to survive here. Tigers on the road taking on the Twins here. You've got Jack Flaherty going here in this one for the Tigers, and Micah Bell goes for the Twins. For Flaherty here, a 7.58 ERA, but Micah Bell has an ERA of 11 right now. Not a great start to the season, but here the Twins have won 3 in a row. Tigers have lost 4 in a row coming in. Tigers have also lost 8 of 10 overall right now. Detroit 1-4 in their last 5 games against Minnesota overall. Coming in here, the Tigers on the road right now. They've spent most of the season on the road, and they've lost 7 straight right now on the road after winning their first 2 on the road to this season. Minnesota's won 5 of their last 7 games overall. They're 4-2 at home right now. Maybe it is a good spot for the Twins here, and they are an underdog after all. Minnesota is 2-5-1 to the under. That's an underdog here, and Detroit, they're about even with their overs and unders coming into this one, but Detroit's feels like a fade profile here right now with a 0-7 road skid, a 4-game losing streak, facing a Minnesota team that's heating up a little bit. Also, the Twins have multiple hitters that have had some success against Flaherty, so I got to think it's a chance here for the Twins in this one as an underdog here. Now, I'll take the Twins here, I think, as on the run line. I think they're minus $1.40 here in this one, but I think that's pretty okay for me. I'm going to take the Twins here on the run line plus 1.5 at minus, it's up to 150, but I'm going to do it here. I like the run line. I like the money line too. I can sprinkle it. But usually with a shorter card, I'm going to be more conservative so I can get those wins, make sure I collect those pots today. Total at 8.5 now. I'm kind of interested actually in this total possibly here because Minnesota's unders obviously here this season as an underdog, and they're definitely an underdog here. Detroit has some, I would call it offensive inconsistency right now. They're striking out a lot. They do not steal very many bases. Do have a little bit of power here, but look, outside of Cole, Keith, and McGonagall's kind of cooling down here a little bit. You got Meadows hitting 270, Baez hitting close to 300, but everybody else is pretty much 225 or below. So give me the Twins on the run line here in this one, but I'm going to be looking to get involved in that total here possibly somehow. Let's see what we got in the chat. Here comes some comments. In this game, Tigers first 5 here for Kane. Loves the over in this one. No thanks for me. Remember, this is an American League Central game. I'm looking to go under in every American League Central game this season. Greg says Minnesota sneaky. Robert's going over as well. 9 Legacy says Tigers run line, Athletics money line, Reds money line, Twins going with Farley's going with the Twins on the money line. And Greg says you got to take Minnesota when they're hot because they're just streaky. You take them when they're hot and you fade them when they're not. I think that's what Greg is saying. So I'm going to go with Minnesota here, but I'll be finding a way. I just can't get away from going under in all these American League Central games. But I'll give you I will say, though, that the 2 starters here are having some issues. We expect more. We expect better from Jack Flaherty and Micah Bell. Hey, look, the Twins got him. They, touted prospect, ended up acquiring him here. And, should be better than 11.05. I'm going to say this season. I think he'll be better than that. Robert says, the Tigers should be able to get him. And hello to SF Niner in there. So yeah, Abel, maybe he's going to need a lot more schooling here. Maybe he was rushed along a little bit, but it felt like you know, he was ready to be in the major leagues. So okay, that's it for the day games. Let's go to the night games. We've got the Diamondbacks here. All right, we got the Diamondbacks here on the road taking on the New York Mets. Eduardo Rodriguez, no ERA so far for Eduardo. 8 strikeouts, .92 whip. He's doing Eduardo things so far. The Mets here were hot, finally lost last game, but Nolan McLean goes here. Good starting pitching matchup for sure. McLean, 2.61 ERA, 1-0 record so far, .87 the whip for McLean. New York's won 4 of their last 5 games overall. 5 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Arizona's won 6 of their last 9. They're also just so far here on the road for Arizona 1-4 and 2-5 as an underdog so far this season. But you got Eduardo here. Does feel like a pretty sound situation for Eduardo. Granted, you got to respect what we've seen so far here from Nolan McLean. He's a pretty big favorite though at $1.70. It just feels too high right now with $1.70. Mets are just 2-5 in their last 7 games at home against this Arizona team here. So, man, that's a high line. It feels like. Now, look, the Mets, they have the best bullpen right now so far, believe it or not, in baseball. They worked it up here, 1.71. Arizona just 1-7 in their last 8. Their road struggles feel real here, or 1-4. I'm sorry about that. 1-4 on the road in their last 5 on the road. 2-5 as an underdog. So you do have some Mets bats that have connected against Eduardo a little bit, but I just feel like the line's high. Now, look, it is a low number here with 7. You got 2, looks like to me, volatile starters here, dare I say, right now with these 2. Look, I love Eduardo. This can't keep up necessarily, even if the bullpens are decent. It only needs to get to 4-3. Let me see what you guys have, though. I mean, McLean is obviously, a budding star here, but if this Arizona lineup gets hot, let's see how you guys have it here. I'm going to go to the chat in this one. I might just take Arizona as a dog here. Well, maybe on the run line. Let's see what you got in the chat. Kane is on the Mets on the run line. Mets a little bit shaky here. I don't know. They were on a hot streak. They lost the last game, but right now, I mean, the Mets here with a pretty decent 7-5 record here thus far. Arizona 6-6. Farley's on the Diamondbacks on the money line. Greg says 4-2 Mets. Good morning to M the Great. Robert's on the Mets here. First 5, and hello to Individualistic Peely joining us from Twitch, trying to get us to buy some viewers. We don't need any. We've got 3 dozen of you here watching this show. All right, this is the type of game Mets will win, says Greg. All right, I got to make my call in this one with Arizona and the Mets here. Look, Arizona 7-4 to the over so far, 3-1 to the over. These starters are good. I'm going to take Arizona. That's what I said I was going to do, right? I'm going to take Arizona at +1. I'm going to take Arizona on the money line here, plus $1.40, $1.45. Give me Arizona here to cool it, to finally get one here and break this streak a little bit here. They've won 3 of their last 4, so they've just kind of struggled against this Mets team. McLean can deal, I think, is what Kane's saying. Yeah, McLean's good. No doubt. He's already started to show that he is a good major league pitcher. Okay, man, we're into the night games here. We got the We got the White Sox and the Royals here. Now, look, I know we got a rookie pitcher here, Anthony Kay, going for the White Sox, but you know what? He wasn't bad in that first start. He's got a 4 ERA right now, 1.33 whip, 5 strikeouts. But you got Seth Lugo, 1.58 ERA, 1-0 record. This is an American League Central game. So, how is the total even 9 here? Is it just because the Royals are supposed to smash Kay here in this one? Maybe they will, but they're not overwhelming anybody here at this point. The Royals are 5-7. The White Sox are 4-8. Probably find a way with the under. I mean, Kansas City so far, which they've had their share of unders here, 4-8 to the under so far. Now the White Sox, to be fair, are 8-4 to the over, 5-1 to the over on the road. It's not necessarily because of their offense. Of course, they just got swept by the Orioles last time out, and Kansas City's lost 2 in a row here to Cleveland. They lost the series there. White Sox are just 1-6 in their last 7 games against Kansas City here. I do like Lugo probably in this matchup, and probably end up taking him here. And I'm going to play the total somewhere along the line. Of course, the Royals trend under. Chicago's offense is unreliable. Kansas City kind of will control this game, I think, and maybe the Sox might even have trouble contributing here if Lugo gets on his game a little bit. Kansas City also, should mention, they've won 14 straight games at home against the White Sox, so that's got to count for something here. Not necessarily a tremendous run line record. Kansas City just 3-4 is a run line favorite so far, but the White Sox are 5-7 as a run line underdog so far. So Lugo has had some pretty good success against this White Sox lineup. So they might have some struggles here. I'm going to take Kansas City on the run line tonight, and I think they'll get this one pretty handily here, probably in the range of 5-3, maybe 5-2 here today. I like Kansas City on the run line here, and I'm going to play more unders probably in the American League Central. I can't get it out. Can't stop. Okay, let's see here. Royals first 5 for Kane. Greg has it as an over, though, here, I think. He says the Royals could explode here. And Terrell says over. He says he loves the weather today in Kansas City. Much better here, 75 degrees. The winds are blowing out, too. I believe 13 miles an hour to left center. Roberts on the Royals on the first 5. A lot of Royals support. I'm taking the Royals on the run line here. Give me the Royals. They might score 7 runs. Oh, man, Greg's going higher and higher, and I just keep preaching about how it's really hard to score runs in American League Central games. Okay. Next up, the Padres are on the road. Strandy Vasquez going here for the Padres. Now, it looks like Chase Dolander, I think he had an opener last time, so we might see a little bit of manipulation here with the Rockies. Just be careful here. Haven't said this all year. Gosh, I should have said this, and we got a lot of great veteran gamblers. You all know this, but this is for any new viewers getting the feel of baseball a little bit. And maybe on our short schedule of the last game, this will be at least get this in here for people who've been kind of betting baseball maybe for the first time. You may come across where it asks you, do you want some action, honey? Or do you want to list your pitcher? And here's my philosophy on that. I always want pretty much my listed pitcher if I am using a top of the line starter where the line matters, for example. Usually I'm going to choose my pitcher only. I don't care what the other team does. Very rarely will a pitcher be replaced by a better pitcher when a pitcher is scratched. You rarely get that. So when you just take action with the other team, you're fine because the other pitcher may get scratched, and you don't you might say that, hey, I'm making a bet against Louder of the Reds. Well, look, I'm not going to be too alarmed when they go into a deeper bullpen guy because they're running out an opener out there, and all of a sudden I designated Louder like I think my play is only against Louder. So I always want my pitcher when I usually make the pick. Sometimes with my team is using an opener or it could be shaky. I'll just take action quite frequently. You know what you're getting with your pitcher, your team. You know what their pitching strategy is kind of going to be. Especially if there is an opener type of scenario. So if I've got a pitcher that is a strong pitcher, I want him. I'm going to take my guy, my listed pitcher against action for the other team, against whoever for the other team is the best way to explain it. And if I'm using a pitcher that is in the middle of the pack or could get, an opener for him, then I just take action both ways. Really. So again, I just want to protect my aces pretty much when I'm designating my team for a listed pitcher. Okay, and the other team, I'm not worried about it. I never want to list the pitcher or the opponent. You could, if you say, hey, this guy is so bad that I'm going to make sure he's the only guy in there, and that's a possibility. But that's a little my philosophy on listed pitchers. Okay, Strandy Vasquez here, 0.75 ERA. He's looked very good for San Diego so far. The line does look a little bit high, though. Can't be too confident of the Padres here laying $2, but they have won 8 of the last 9 games at home against Colorado. They do kind of own them here. Colorado's gone under here on the road so far this season. I think they might have a trouble here with Vasquez, actually. Colorado 2-4 to the under on the road. Padres 2-4 to the under at home. So are both teams come in 6-6 right now? Strangely enough, you gotta think, man. Okay, we're seeing a little bit of breaking news right now that could be just in preparation, but Arena Sabalenka is going to miss the next event, the Porsche event, with an undisclosed injury. So Sabalenka, maybe she was eating those glizzies, but Sabalenka will miss the next event, the Porsche event. Their unspecified injury probably be okay for the French, but okay, here Padres and the Rockies today. I am going under, by the way, in this game. Let me make it clear here as we keep it rolling on the morning steam show. I'm going under with the Rockies and the Padres here. Padres for cash gains should be a flat spot here for Colorado. Also, let's see what else we got. 5-2 Padres, says Greg. Farley on the under here. Robert saying under as well. Colorado traveling in here. They've been hot, man. They've been hot, but ran that 4-game winning streak at home. They're on a cover streak for sure on the run line right now. The Rockies are 10-2 on the run line as an underdog this season. So, like I said, I wouldn't trust the Padres at $1.85, and getting the Rockies a pretty nice little price if you want on the run line at minus $1.35 or so. 10-2, that'll cover that every time. Now the Padres are 4-1 as a run line favorite as well, so maybe there's something to that too. But I like Vasquez. I think the Padres. Look, do I wish we had a bunch of Cy Young guys out there for the Padres? Yeah, but I like Vasquez, and I think he will be fine this year with the Padres as long as he stays healthy here. Not expecting to be a world beater, but I think he'll overcome or supersede the general public's expectations. I like Vasquez. That's it for baseball, believe it or not. Man, just 6 games, so that was fast. And the guys will be here, probably a short show for them too, at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific, with the bases loaded. Talking baseball today with Mikey and Sharky. Okay. Now to the NBA, where we are just covering 4 of the 6 games because we've got so many NHL games and Well, two of the games don't really matter in the NBA right now. So let's just get it rolling here with this one and take a look at the four games we're going to look at. And also update you on the standings here because we've had a lot of success right here right now of late with the NBA picks because we're playing to the scenario, we're playing to the theme, if you will, what teams need to win. Those teams are doing well here. So let's look at this between the Heat and the Raptors here right now in this matchup. Now, Toronto, we know already they've been one of the strongest home teams right now against the spread, 6-1 in their last 7. Miami's been in a nosedive, 3-9 straight up in their last 12, 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 games right now, and not a good time maybe, but it's not terrible either. Miami's going to be locked in 10th place. We know that, but you know what? Remember what we said, only one team has ever advanced into the playoffs from the play-in when they were in 10th place, and that was Miami last year. So maybe they'll be comfortable in that role. So I don't know. I think it feels like an edge for Toronto here as a favorite. But as far as the total's concerned here, it does worry me that it has gone all the way up to 230, 239. 238. It's backed off a little bit. I'm going to go over in this one with Miami and Toronto. It's close, man, but I do expect, it's not going to be like 225, I don't think. And with just the overall feel of this game here, like I said, Miami's probably stuck in 10th. I think they know that. I don't think they need to put a lot of quote unquote heat into this game because they're not going to probably catch the Hornets here. They're a game and a half back. There's 3 games left. If they win them all, they could tie the Hornets, and I think they have the tiebreaker, but the Hornets only need one more to secure at least no worse than 9th place. So I'll play the total here over. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of urgency in this game. Toronto does have a little bit of pressure in this game to stay in 6th place. You don't want to fall into the play-in, and they only have to win here to stay ahead of the Magic right now. They have 1 game in hand on the Magic, so a win would be huge for at least going for the 6th slot, and they could catch the Hawks for the number 5 slot in the East as well, and the Hawks have lost a couple finally. So I'm going to go over there in this one, though. I think that's the way this one will be. I'm a little worried at 238, but I think we get 240 points or more in this one. I'm going over. And in the chat, we've got Raptors money line for Kane, Raptors for Robert McCormick, JP Farley, Raptors on the spread. AOD is here today. Thank you to AOD. He's here talking Detroit basketball. Also, Greg says 122 to 119 here for Miami, but he says if no one is out. And yeah, I think Terrell, they're just ready to go in that slot. Now, Norman Powell, he's the big question mark here. You talk about injuries, and, with Normie, big factor here. And look, like I said, they could think they could get to 9th, but don't exert yourself. I think in this one, if you're the Heat, you've made it. You did it last year. So give me the over here in this one. Okay, next up. The Celtics are going to take on the Knicks here in this one. The Knicks, man, they're up to 4.5-point favorites. This total's been dropping here today at 216, and why not? Look, this is another case where, look, I think we all like the kind of what the Celtics are doing here right now. Look, the Knicks are only a couple of games behind them, but right now in the standings, it doesn't matter. The Knicks are not going to catch the Celtics. The Celtics need only one more win to secure the number 2 seed there overall. The Knicks do have the tiebreaker, especially if they win this game. But The Celtics, Jaylen Brown, you talk about the injured list, and he's got that Achilles soreness. He's not going to play today. Sam Hauser's questionable. Queta's questionable. Derek White's questionable. This is going to be a game where the Celtics might be actually taking the day off, if you will. The Knicks, meanwhile, have definite motivation here. They're a half a game ahead of the Cavaliers for third place right now, and a game in hand. So a win here would be huge for the Knicks' chances to come in third place in the Eastern Conference. I think they've got a good advantage here. This total, you see it dropping here to 216. It is going to be a pretty low-scoring game for sure in this matchup. I wouldn't be surprised if we're really in the mid-200s in this game. It's almost a premium here. I'm going with the under for sure in the Celtics and the Knicks here tonight. I'm seeing some reports of some extremely sharp action on the over. And like I say, these sharps, they just play numbers, so they think it's a low total, but they don't watch the games or anything. They don't know that the Boston Celtics have gone under in 26 of their 40 home games this season. They don't know that Boston's 8-14 to the under is an underdog. They just see 215, 216 and get all excited and say, oh, man, come on. We're seeing a bunch of overs here late in the season. This game is not going to be played like that, I don't believe. And I think this game will be lower than 210, I'll say today. I'm going with the under in this one with the Celtics and the Knicks. And like I said, the Celtics, it's not a great matchup or situation here for them. You want to look at the trends. You probably love Boston, man. They've been so awesome. I will say that they're 26-14 against the spread on the road, 14-8 against the spread as an underdog. Doesn't happen often for Boston, but the Knicks are 25-13 still at home. They against the spread, they've been fine. And if anything, the Knicks opened here in this game as low as three-ish. So it's only been a move to the Knicks here so far. I'll take the under, though, in this one. I think Kane's going to go under. He's also taking the Knicks. Also, Farley's on the under. Greg says if Powell plays, Miami will win. All right. Terrell has White in here, but he's questionable in the game. We'll see if he's in there tonight. Like I said, could be a chance for the Celtics to rest up a little bit, dare I say. And Greg has it 110, 115, Knicks on the under. And White does play well against the Knicks. Okay, next up, we're going to look at two more here. We've got the 76ers taking on the Rockets in this one. Another one here, it feels like to me, look, the Rockets are hot as they come right now. They're hotter than Artemis re-entering the atmosphere. How's that? Pardon me here. Okay. So we know Houston, though, is very, very hot here right now, and they do have motivation to win this game because they see the tumbling Lakers in front of them here right now. Houston's won 7 in a row. They just had that 21-point comeback against the Suns here, and, man, they're already up to 4 right now in this game against the 76ers. Sixers are in their best role as a road dog. I mean, this is where they've kind of thrived, especially just on the road period. 24-14 against the spread on the road, and Houston's 15-23 against the spread at home. 28-41 against the spread as a favorite. We know they're one of the worst spread teams going, but I just think overall this scenario favors the motivation here for the Rockets. They see the Lakers there, in front of them. Right now, sure. I mean, the Lakers there are, going to be the division leader there. But look, the Rockets can still get into 5th place. Both teams are tied here currently. And to have 4th place over 5th is huge. And I think the Rockets know that. Meanwhile, for the 76ers, yes, they will have motivation in this game. They're in 8th place. They can move up to 7th, and they're trying to avoid the 9th slot. But Houston's just too hot. for me right now, it feels like. But, got to give Philadelphia a little respect. Let me just take the under in this one. That might be the safer play for me here, I think, with this one. You got Houston 24-14 to the under at home, and the Sixers are 15-22 to the under as an underdog. So I think it's going to go under. I think it will be kind of a playoff type game because of the importance for both teams here. And I'll take the under in this one. Okay, Robert says, give him the Rockets here, -3.5. Greg says 114 to 111 for Houston. Kane says it's kind of a tough one. Yeah, this is definitely Philadelphia's best role, and they do have motivation. But the Rockets, I mean, they found the fountain of success. I was going to say youth because of KD, but in KD, what can you say? He's really looking good here right now. One more here on the card. Now the Lakers are at the Warriors here, and like I said, the Lakers are tumbling into out of basically. Remember, the Lakers were headed for third place there for sure. It looked like, didn't it? When they were healthy, and third place would have been hugely important. I'm afraid between fifth place and third place, I think it's a huge difference for the Lakers actually not to have not one or two series at home, but 0 series with a home field advantage here. They're going to be the Rockets are going to end up with the home court advantage in that first round series against the Lakers there. So Golden State, meanwhile, a lot of people say they've been looking miserable. I don't know. I mean, saw Curry come back. They almost won that game, and I thought they looked really good last game. I think they're, look, they're going to be in 10th place. They're not going anywhere. They're not even going to catch the Trailblazers here. So I don't know if they're really even that motivated. Who knows if they might even rest players here just to be ready for this is a spot. Curry is on the questionable list in this game. Santos is questionable. Richard is questionable. Post is questionable. Cryer is questionable. KP is out. Poor Moody, we saw him there after his surgery. LeBron is probable here. They're going to need him. No Reeves, of course. No Lucas still. So it does feel like the Lakers are falling quickly here right now. And I think the Warriors are ready to have a good game. I think the Warriors here, like I said, they're not going to move up, but they're getting Curry back in there. If he's in there, I mean, it could be all the difference in the world. The line will move if he is not in there. But right now, the Warriors here are 4.5-point favorites over the Lakers. So I'm going to take the Warriors here to get this one done. I think they looked fine in the first game with Curry. They didn't win. And then I thought they looked really good in that next game. So I'm not saying throw out all the records, but when you're missing Steph Curry, and they're looking good out there on the court together. But when you miss 27 games, what are you going to do? But they didn't cover against Sacramento. I just thought they looked pretty decent here. They did cover against Houston in that first game back. Even though they lost by 1, they covered 3.5. So maybe they're better as a dog, but I'll take them here against the Lakers. All right, let's see what we got. Nate Cerna's here. Oh, man, he had a rough day. Oh, Nate. What happened? Warriors to cover, says Kane. Greg says the wrong team's favorite. He's got the Lakers here in this one. Okay, I got you. He says the Lakers by 5. Okay, he's not seeing it the way I am right now. I look, LeBron may go out there and maybe against Curry, he'll be feeling it again. But man, I just think the Lakers are in big trouble here right now. Hopefully, they can get Luka back from Switzerland in time to participate in the playoff series against Houston. Otherwise, they're going to be out. And Kane, yeah, I thought they looked fine. And Greg says Luka plays, Lakers win tonight. I mean, Luka's in Switzerland right now getting treatment on basically a severe injury to his hamstring. Unfortunately, he's not even in the country. So we hope to get Luka back for that Houston series, but right now that's up in the air. Lakers have the injury bug has bit them at the wrong time. But they got some capable guys out there. I would guess today with Hachimura, Kennard, and company. And that's it for the basketball. We got so many games in hockey here. How are we going to get through them all in time for the noon show here with the guys? It won't take that long. We're not going to go crazy. We already are crazy. All right. So let me get to rolling here on the hockey a little bit. Like I said, it won't be a big deal. We're just going to go through all these games. There's 14 of them. And let's go. First of all, we got a story here. We've got a Akhtiamov going for the Maple Leafs. That's official. Akhtiamov is going to make his National Hockey League debut here for the Maple Leafs in goal. That has moved the line here a good, 50, 75 cents here. And I probably still like the Islanders, but it does feel like they've jacked it up a little bit too much for this rookie coming in here, making his first career start here for Artur Akhtiamov going against a veteran here in Sorokin. So look, the Islanders, still could use more victories here, I think, right now. Islanders currently sitting there in, let's see here, 3 points. I got it. 3 points here behind the Senators for the playoff position right now. So, look, they're on the outside looking in. They're probably a little desperate. I think the line's probably too high, but probably still favor the Islanders here. I might just take them because they have to win. They got to keep winning, and Maple Leafs have thrown in the towel and are going with a guy making his first career start in goal. That's where they've just ended up here right now. So that might be enough to carry the Islanders through here, and I'll just take the Islanders on the puck line here today at -1.5 at I think it is even. Let me see here. I don't think there's any value if that's any question here. -1.5, -105 for the Islanders here at this price, 275 or so. I get it, but Toronto 3-10 road skid here, also poor against the Islanders. The Islanders dominate this matchup at home. A lot of high-scoring numbers in this building, I think, even between these two teams. So you got the, a first-time goaltender in there too. Maybe it will be a high-scoring game here, but I'm going to go ahead and take the Islanders right now. And I don't know, maybe you hear it there. Maybe it could be an over. I mean, Islanders have gone over in 4 of their last 5 coming in, 14 last 20 between these two teams have gone over when they played here at the Islanders. So I'm going to take the Islanders here, -1.5 in this one. All right. Let's see here. Hello to Mikey Money in the chat today. Thank you, Mike. He's probably checking up. I don't know. Don't tell anybody that I was an hour late to work the other day after I set my alarm for PM instead of AM. All right, Greg here, 5-3 Islanders. Farley Islanders puck line. Nate Cerna leaning to the Islanders. Yeah, probably not the best price, but I'll go ahead and lay the puck line with the Islanders today. Next up, we have the Flyers on the road taking on the Red Wings here. Man, the Flyers, I'll tell you what. I mean, you look at the work that they've been doing here on the road right now, it's going to be hard not to take them against Detroit. Philadelphia's won 10 of their last 11 on the road. The Red Wings have lost 5 straight at home. They're 1-5 straight up in their last 6 overall. They've lost 3 straight. Philadelphia's won 3 straight over the Islanders. Boston and New Jersey. Detroit, meanwhile, this is a 3-game losing streak against the Rangers, Minnesota, and Columbus right now, going the opposite way. Now Detroit has won 5 of the last 7 meetings between the two teams in Detroit, and Philadelphia has won 9 of their last 12 games overall. Man, it feels like it's going to be hard to not want to go with Philadelphia here at even money in this game, given that scenario. Now, there is a total motivation for Detroit. They need to win to make the playoffs here and try to get in. They're 3 points behind the Senators. They've lost 3 straight at the worst time possible. So I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs. It doesn't look like they're going to. Meanwhile, the Flyers have been terrific here and won 3 straight, and they're in right now, third place in the Metro. So with this road streak that they're on, I mean, why would they be in any trouble here in this one? Two teams did play last week. It was 4-2. The Red Wings did get the win, so the Islanders might remember that. Back in March, the Flyers won on the Red Wings home ice so far. So third meeting between the two here right now. And Philadelphia, not a great underdog, but man, you got to like Philly possibly here for sure. Let's see what you guys like in the chat. Maybe if everybody's on Philly, I could go to the total, but I don't know if I would. Here we go. Let's see what we got in this one. And Mike says it might be a little holy divine intervention there for the Flyers right now. Although I thought, what were they? I thought there was something with the Cubs in there. So, I mean, we know he's from Chicago there, but Nate's going to lean to the Islanders and Farley there. We're back on that game a little bit. Red Wings here for Cash Kane. Run the puck line and the under. Farley's on the Islanders money line. And thank you to Kane here today. Flyers for Robert. Nate says Flyers, puck line, and over. Mike says the Pope went to Villanova. All right. I think that's going to do it here. Look, man, I'm going to have to take the Flyers here in this one. Maybe, I might save the total here a little bit. Philly's one of the strongest road teams right now in the league. It's just incredible what they've done. Detroit is collapsing at home with that 0-5. I think even with the historical home edge, the current form overrides that. I'm going to take the Flyers here to keep it rolling on the road, man. What a run they're on here. You're hot on the road. You're playing well. Greg says 3-2 Detroit. Lightning and the Canadians here. Another huge game here tonight. These two teams both on 102 points, trailing Buffalo, who has 104 points right now, one game ahead of them here as far as the number of games played. These two teams have 4 games left. Buffalo has 3 games left. Buffalo won the game yesterday to go up on them. So one of these two teams is going to get a win to stay even. The other one's going to be a little bit pressed here now. 3 games left, and they'll be, at least 2 points behind, if not more. Or they could, or if not less, I should say. So Tampa Bay on the road here against Montreal. Look, because Tampa Bay is great, I get that, but Montreal comes in here pretty hot. Won their last time out. They've won 3 of their last 4 here. 23-14 at home. Tampa Bay is good, I know that, but this Montreal home streak right now is just terrific here. Montreal's won 5 of their last 6 at home, 9 of their last 10 overall. Tampa has won 13 of 18, but they've always been better than this team, and this Montreal team is probably better than this year than they have been in a while. Both teams kind of trending over here. Montreal, 22-17 to the over at home, 24-14 to the over as a dog, and Tampa Bay is 22-17 over on the road. 8 of the last 10 meetings between the two teams have gone over here, but Montreal, good form here at home. Let's see how you have it. But for Tampa here, they historically own the matchup. That might be enough. This total profiling extremely strong to the over. I would think both teams high-scoring trends in this spot. I'm going to take the over here in this one, but maybe I was thinking about one of these two teams on the side. I think this one, though, just looks more sound as an over here tonight. Right now, could be easily 3-3. here. 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two teams here in Montreal have gone over. Tampa's gone over in 7 of their last 8 games on the road. So give me the over here, but I might be using one of these teams tonight. Watch out. Kane says take the Canadians and the under. And smash this show here. Canadians here on a winning streak, says Nathan. Well, they won. They had a loss in there. Who was it to? New Jersey. They had beaten New Jersey, and then they played a back-to-back and lost to them the next night in the home and home. Farley here on the Lightning. Greg says 4-3 Tampa. Robert does have an over. And hello to Jimmy in the chat. We're going to keep it moving here, though, pretty much at a brisk pace, and go next up to the Penguins and the Devils here in this one with Penguins on the road here, $1.15. Well, look, we know the Devils are done. The Devils are dust. Right now coming in, they were recently eliminated here. Meanwhile, Pittsburgh looking strong. They're not going to catch Carolina. We know Carolina's already clinched, but they can stay ahead of the Flyers here. They're 4 points ahead of the Flyers. So I think it's important enough here for the Pittsburgh Penguins. They've obviously been very strong on the road. New Jersey, not much to play for. Here, you got Silovs in there going against it could be Markstrom or it could be Allen. Let me see here. I think Allen might be the goal here today. Nothing's confirmed, so we'll see about that. But for Pittsburgh here, they're rolling and they dominate the head-to-head too. This is really a strong play, you guys. I got to think Pittsburgh is going to be in a great position here to win this game on the road. They need it. The Devils don't. Yes, sure, the Devils could play spoiler here, but Pittsburgh already won back in February at home 4-1. They won 2 games at home 4-1. Now New Jersey did win back here in November 2-1 in a low-scoring game, strangely enough. Both these teams have kind of been under here of late, but for the season, Pittsburgh 27-19 to the over as an underdog. Pittsburgh's gone over in 5 straight on the road, and of course 15 of their last 17 games right now for Pittsburgh going over. So I'll go ahead and take I like Pittsburgh. I like Pittsburgh here. I'll take Pittsburgh as my play, but we might be taking a look at that over again because Pittsburgh's been on a roll. New Jersey's gone over in 6 of their last 7 at home, so it might be a little bit of a giveaway there. But all right, Pens here for Robert. Mark Lambert's there. Hello. He's got the White Sox today. First on race days. Awesome to have first on race days joining us here from Twitch. And talking about what Mike was talking about there. Okay, Farley here, Pens money line. Greg says 4-2 Pittsburgh. Jimbo's in the chat. Hello. Okay, I'll take Pittsburgh here, but I'm going to be trying the total out there probably somewhere. There's going to be a lot of action in the NHL tonight. Okay, next up. So look, we do have one that we probably could have passed on, but we're still going to keep hope alive. If you're the Ottawa Senators here, they've kind of fighting here right now. Here in the postseason picture, they've kind of hanging on here, 92 points, holding off Columbus here right now, and by 2 points here currently. Detroit's 3 games back, but they're in charge here with 2 straight wins right now for Ottawa, and they're playing fading Florida. Who'd have thought Florida would be fading this much? They've lost 3 straight again here all of a sudden. Ottawa, a couple of wins here. Olmark and Bobrovsky. Look at that line. Did you believe Florida's a 275 underdog here or whatever it is right now? So, hey, I like Ottawa. I like Ottawa on the puck line here. I think Florida's in that much trouble here as far as their effort here. They're brutal on the road, having lost 6 straight, going up against an Ottawa team that 21-12 at home. Florida 16-12 on the road so far. So Florida just 18-12 as a puck line dog. Ottawa 21-36 as a puck line favorite here, but this one usually kind of an under actually in the head to head, but These are clearly over teams this year. 7 of the last 10 meetings between the two have gone under. 5 straight meetings between the two here in Ottawa have gone under, but I'm going to take the Ottawa Senators here on the puck line here to keep rolling and to drub Florida right now. Florida's having some definite troubles here right now, finishing off the season. They just got rocked here, back-to-back games there against Pittsburgh, and then lost to Montreal. So Robert's on the over, Farley's on the Sens, and I think also Kane here also on the Senators here, maybe on the run line. Greg says 5-2. I'll take the Senators again here in this one. Here's the Blue Jackets on the road taking on the Sabres here. Oh, man, the Sabres. Come on. Blue Jackets are totally blowing it here. Remember they were just in the playoffs there a couple of weeks ago, and then they had a losing streak here. Now, they did win their last one, but still, they've fallen out of favor with Ottawa here, 2 points ahead of them right now. Still an important game for Columbus, but come on. More important for Buffalo. They're 2 points up on Tampa Bay and Montreal. They'll have 2 games left after this one. A win here would be so huge for Buffalo's chances to win the division title, and they're in a game that I think they could win. In fact, I think the line looks a little bit cheap here in this one for Buffalo right now at $1.30, $1.25. Coming into this one, Buffalo's been, they lost a few here and there. They maybe not playing as well over the last couple of weeks as they were when they're hot streak, but they're still elite at home, 8-3 in their last 11. Columbus in a 1-6 slide. Both teams trending under, I think, in this matchup overall. Buffalo here, they are 22-18 to the over as a favorite, but I think if you look at the short-term trends a little bit with these two teams, you'll find that Buffalo maybe here 5 of the last 7 meetings between the two have gone under. Columbus has gone under in 6 of 9 and under in 6 of their last 7 on the road here. So does feel like Buffalo here. We'll see a listing there on the goaltending line, but let me see here. Yeah, Buffalo, this is the second of a back-to-back. It could be Colton Ellis here, I would think, actually. I don't think we know for sure, but let's see if I can't refresh the goalie pages here real quick. But, Buffalo, great job yesterday. We thought we said, against the Rangers there, look, the Rangers were winning the game, but Buffalo came back to win and got the puck line in the end. So I think it probably will be Colton Ellis here. You got the second of back-to-back. I almost want to just change it, actually. I think it will be Ellis here. Right now. Let's see what you got in the chat here. Sabres money line for Kane. Buffalo says 4-2 for Greg there, and Robert's on the under here in this one. Yeah, I probably would think maybe under, but I just want to take Buffalo. Give me Buffalo here with this one. I like Buffalo again. Okay, let's move quickly here right now, and we've got here we go. Hold time. Okay, here we go. Right. There we go. Jets taking on the Blues here in this one. It's close to a pick'em here. Maybe the Blues are a slight favorite over Winnipeg right now. The Blues, they're not going anywhere. Even though they haven't been eliminated yet, they're not going to catch anybody. They're not going to pass all these teams. They're toast. The Jets, meanwhile, same thing. This one maybe we could have passed on, but the Jets are a little bit hotter right now with Hellebuck, but Hofer. Here he's been okay, maybe even a little bit better than Hellebuck, really, if you look at the big picture. But, St. Louis is not in a bad position here at home in this one. Like I said, I think these teams got to be realistic with one another that the season is pretty much over. Yeah, Winnipeg's playing a little bit better than St. Louis, but I don't care. I'm going to take St. Louis. St. Louis did lose to Colorado, but only after they beat them in the previous game. They also beat Anaheim, so they've had some nice wins. But Winnipeg, they've also beat Columbus and Seattle here, so they're playing pretty well, but I'm probably going to take St. Louis here. I think Winnipeg. Both teams are done. They're not going to win all their games, and then all the other teams going to lose all their games. Give me St. Louis here to win over Winnipeg. In this one, look at the total. It's like one of the lowest totals of the year in this game, 5.5 under 20 or 5.5 under 15. So I'm going to go with the Blues. Robert's on the under in this one. Nate passes. Not a lot of opinions on this game, obviously. The Hurricanes here are on the road, taking on the Blackhawks. Pretty big favorite here for the Hurricanes at minus 225 in this one. They're playing well. They definitely have a little bit of motivation here currently. For the Hurricanes here right now, they are on 106 points, trying to stay ahead of everyone for the best record in the Eastern Conference, ahead of Buffalo, Tampa Bay, and Montreal. So they have motivation to win here. For Carolina right now, overall in this matchup, I mean, it's a massive mismatch, obviously. Carolina dominates the matchup, too. Chicago, bottom tier home team, really subpar at home here so far this season, 13-16 overall. 28-46 as an underdog here in this one. So, look, it has not been a good season for Chicago. We know it was going to be a tough season, but I don't think we were expecting it to be this bad, actually. We thought, that they were going to be getting better, maturing a little bit, but it hasn't worked out. This has been a disaster here. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Hurricanes to rock in this one, and I'll take them here to get the puck line and blow out Chicago here on the road as they try to hold on there for the top slot in the Eastern Conference. I'm taking the Hurricanes to win here and get the puck line. Over for Kane. The Wild are taking the Stars here in Dallas, and a good one here with Minnesota on the road here, winning 4 games in a row. Dallas has won 2 of their last 3. Important game for both. Dallas here in 104 points, Minnesota on 102, second and third place respectively in the Central. And it's going to be these 2 teams battling it out right there for second place. And I think Minnesota is in a good slot to do so here today against the Stars at about even money or so. Minnesota's 23-11 on the road this season. The Stars are just as good at home. I get that, but Minnesota's won the last 2 meetings. Both of them were at home. Dallas won their home meeting against them so far this season, but I think Minnesota just playing a little bit better right now, right in the moment here with wins over Vancouver, Ottawa, Detroit, and Seattle. Dallas, meanwhile, does have wins over Calgary and Winnipeg, lost to Colorado, lost to Boston, lost to Philly, all teams playing well, and Dallas has had some massive losses here too. They've really been underachieving for the better part of a month. Dallas is 12-5 at home, so you might think this is a good spot for them. They dominate this matchup at home, and Minnesota is hot, but yeah, they historically do have some troubles against Dallas. But again, Dallas long-term here right now has really put up some pretty shabby numbers here of late. It's 3-7 in their last 10 games overall. So I'm going to take Minnesota here in this one on the road in a big game tonight. Give me the Star. Give me the Wild. Patrick Reed leading the Masters. Look out. All right, let's see here. Nate, I think he's going to lay it with the Stars. And then Cash Kane takes the Wild on the puck line. It'll go to overtime. 5-2. Kane says Greg. And Nate says take Minnesota. And there's Greg with a 3-2 final in that one. All right, we're cruising along here. Flames at Avalanche. Not much to say about this one. I think with the Avalanche, they probably could smash the Canes here, no doubt about it. They do have a little bit to play for here still to try to hang on to win the overall home ice advantage for the regular season. It hasn't happened just yet. There's still an outside shot that Carolina could get there, but So they'll probably crush these guys. But I will say this, some of the puck line stats would say that it could be tough for Colorado. Uh, they're just 38-38 as a puck line favorite. I say just, it's pretty good. For Calgary here, 33-28 is a puck line underdog here. Man, you got to think that Avalanche should put one over on them for sure still here. Yeah, it's the end of the season. Maybe Colorado could rest players and still get number one home ice here, but it's not the NBA or anything. Usually keep those lines running, make sure they're in tune and in form here for the postseason. Colorado's lost 6 of their last 7 games at home right now. Calgary, though, 1-8 their last 9 here at Colorado. So go ahead and give me Colorado on the puck line here against Calgary in this one. Why not? All right, next up, we're going pretty fast here. We're almost done here. Predators and the Mammoth in this one. You've got the Mammoth, $1.60 here. I ain't mad at you. Utah's won 4 in a row. Nashville's won 3 of 4, and a huge game in the standings here right now. Utah is in first place in the wild card on 88 points. Nashville's in second place in the wild card, 84 points. Just 1 point ahead of the Kings, 1 point ahead of the Sharks. But Predators do have one extra game, one less game so far. They only have 3 games left. Meanwhile, the Kings, the Sharks, even the Jets, the Blues, they all have 5 games left here. So the Predators have 4 games left. The other teams have 5 games left. That kind of evens the playing field a little bit in this one. I still think the price might be a little bit too high, but I think for me, I'm going to go over in this one with Nashville and Utah here. I'm going to take the over. I think Utah's surging 4-1, heavy over trends right now for Utah. Nashville's solid, but this is a high event type of environment, I think, and the total, I think, is just the way to go for me here. I think I want to take the total in this matchup with the Nashville and Utah. Utah has gone over in 7 straight games. 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two teams have gone over. So I'm going to go over in this one. All right, and we've got 5-2 Colorado in there. Still got 40 you watching. Not a lot of comments. I know we're getting down to the playoffs, man. Let's just get this regular season over with. I got you guys. Golden Knights take on the Kraken here in this one with the Kraken at home. A big underdog here. Now the Kraken aren't dead, but they're pretty much on life support. Kraken here right now will be eliminated, I believe, with a loss here tonight, or maybe with a combination of wins there for Nashville or the Kings here. But nonetheless, you got the Golden Knights on the road with this winning streak ever since Tortorella took over here, man. The Golden Knights are hot, 4 straight wins here right now, so they are looking good here. Pretty big number to have to lay on the road. Now, here's the problem with some of these numbers with Vegas here. One of the worst road favorite puck line favorites, 18-44 so far. So you're not really going to trust them even on the puck line here against a team like the Seattle Kraken, as hot as they've been. Kraken are really resigned to playing spoiler here, and they just might be able to do that. Look, this has been a great run for Vegas, and I'm sure they're going to get back in it here, and they're going to make the playoffs now because of this 4-game winning streak. They were flirting with falling out a little bit, but I just think here at this price, I'm more interested in taking the Kraken. Oh my gosh, it's minus $1.68. Oh boy. Awkward. Give me I better just take the under in this one between the Golden Knights and the Kraken. I can't do it. I got to go under here at 6 goals. I think that's probably the more sound advice now that I see the puck line there. Vegas is in control form-wise. Seattle's in a collapse. They've lost 6 straight games, but strong under trend on these Vegas road games right now. It feels like 17-22 to the under on the road. Not to come in and mention Seattle 13-25 to the under at home. Vegas goes over more so as a home team, and then under more on the road. So give me the under here in this one with Seattle and Vegas. Thank you, Greg, for being the guy in there today. Everyone's giving up on hockey. Here's the Sharks taking on the Ducks. Ducks $1.75 here in this one against San Jose. Could be a high energy event here. Anaheim's been terrible right now, and they've played themselves almost out of the postseason with 6 straight losses, but they're hanging on here. They're probably going to hang on. Be nice to get a win here if you're the Ducks, and I'm sure this is the time and the place, but man, to cover a puck line here in this game, I'm not sure that's going to happen. I'm going to take the over in this one with the Sharks and the Ducks. Give me the over tonight. I think that's got to be the way to go, especially the fact that Anaheim 24-15 to the over at home and 19-9 to the over as a favorite here. Sharks have been struggling here, but they're not done. They're only 3 points behind in the postseason. If they could get a win here, it would be huge. Like we said, Nashville already has played one more game than the Sharks, and you could climb to within a point. Nothing's certain in the Western Conference here right now, no doubt about it. So watch out. Sharks are still alive. Ducks, finally kind of trying to put one together. Need a win desperately here. So very intriguing situation. Sharks. Man, can the Ducks win one here? Jeez. All right, one last one here, and then we're out of here. Everybody's kind of tuning out here, ready to go to some other shows, I guess. Canucks here taking on the Kings tonight. Pretty good spot. Come on, the Kings are 275. They're going to finally be able to win one here. I'll take them on the puck line. Yeah, it's not comfortable. The Kings have been terrible here of late, but they're kind of closing in here. They might make the postseason. Like I said, if they win this game and you got Nashville, if they lose to Utah, all of a sudden it's going to be a little bit of flip-flop. The Kings will be in the number 2 slot and be back kind of in charge of their own destiny here. All they got to do is win this game, and the Predators, who are $1.40 underdog to Utah, if they lose that game, Utah will get more solidified there, and the Kings will move into that number 2 slot here in the West. So I'm going to take the Kings tonight to get it done on the puck line. That's going to do it for the morning steam. Thanks a lot, everybody. Great show. Stay tuned here in just about an hour for Mikey and Sharky. They're going to preview the baseball games. Let's hear from Mikey right now talking about winnable.com.
Hey, it's Mikey Money here, letting you know the Sports Money team is live on Winnable. Come check out our best bets.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work, you get the plays, and they're sent right to your phone right when we drop them.
Don't wait, don't guess, don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
All right, a couple injury updates here. Nikola Jovic is out tonight for Miami against Toronto. Chucky Hepburn is going to be out tonight against Miami for the Raptors here. Also, one game we didn't preview, but did get the injury update here within the last couple of minutes. Champagne questionable. Anthony Gill questionable here for the Wizards here tonight, and Vukcevic is out tonight for Washington. Let's do the drawing here, see who wins, who gets 1 month of picks from me. You got to get these picks. Please support me here on the Sports Money Network. If all of the subscribers drop me, I'm not going to do any shows. All right, here we go. Let's take a look and see who wins tonight. The winner will get 1 month of picks. Use the promo code WINNER over at winnable.com. Make sure you cancel after 1 month. It's Sports Money. Sports Money's already got a lifetime membership to my picks, but he doesn't follow my picks, so he's got his own picks. I follow his picks, so look, I write them down every day. If he's still watching the chat, I write down all of his picks. I can just read off his picks here from yesterday if I wanted to, all the picks he had yesterday. And sometimes when I don't have a pick, I go with Mike. I look at his picks every day. I don't pick. You might think that I'm betting every side in total, but it's not true. It's only about 80%, maybe 90%. And then, there's about one out of every 10 games where I don't have something, or, we won out of every 5 games. And then I go with Mikey. Why not? Hey, we did have some steam come in, though, here real quick, just as we were doing the drawing. It is a Philadelphia and Houston game. Steam on the under here. That's what I was on. The steam come in on the under here, down to 226.5. It looks like right now with the Sixers and the Rockets. As some steam came in here just a couple minutes ago here, actually. See, I know this. Mikey won on Bublik already today. All right, so I'm paying attention. Also, the Nets got steamed here against the Pacers today. How about that? The Nets at home against the Pacers. I don't have we didn't preview that game, but I was going to, I do like the Nets in that game, actually. And the line here now is, it's still 3 or 2.5. I like the Nets, actually. Let me give out the Nets here for one more play against the Pacers today. I like the Nets. The steam came in on them. That kind of reinforces it for me. We did also just see some injury news come out, I think, in that one. Juris Walker, questionable for the Pacers here. McConnell, he's out for sure. There also, Wolf out for Brooklyn. Josh Minot out. Also, Zaire Williams out here. Terrence Mann out. But like I said, the steam's come in here on Brooklyn. I'm taking Brooklyn here in this one against the Pacers tonight. All right, and that's their sports money won. Sports money won. He didn't even know he won. Pat's winning here. Thanks, everybody, for joining me on the show. Back tomorrow with more Morning Steam. That's going to do it here for the Sports Money Network. Stay tuned for the guys here in the short order. Where am I at? There I am. All right, that's going to do it for the Sports Money Network. I'm Ramon Scott. So long from Las Vegas.
It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the Morning Steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money.